The distance between Prince Harry and the rest of the royal family may have reached a point of no return, and according to growing reports and royal insiders, one recent development has left many wondering whether the door to reconciliation has finally been shut. For years, royal watchers have speculated about whether Prince Harry could eventually find his way back into the fold. Despite public interviews, explosive memoir revelations, and ongoing tensions, many believed that family bonds would ultimately prevail. But now, a series of events involving Prince William and Princess Catherine appears to be sending a very different message. And if those signals are being interpreted correctly, Harry may have just received the clearest indication, yet that his return is no longer being considered. The latest chapter began when discussions surrounding future royal engagements once again brought attention to the widening gap between Harry and the working members of the monarchy. While Harry has continued to express concerns about his relationship with certain family members, those closest to the institution seem increasingly focused on moving forward without him. At the center of that shift are William and Catherine. The Prince and Princess of Wales have spent recent years carefully rebuilding public confidence, strengthening their roles within the monarchy, and preparing for the responsibilities that lie ahead. Following Catherine's health challenges and her gradual return to public duties, the couple has received an outpouring of support from both the public and royal observers. That support has only reinforced their position as the future face of the monarchy. And according to multiple royal commentators, that future appears to have little room for uncertainty. One insider recently claimed that Catherine, known for her calm diplomacy and efforts to maintain harmony within the family, has reached a point where trust can no longer simply be restored through private conversations or symbolic gestures. For years, Catherine was often described as one of the few figures capable of bridging the divide between William and Harry. Reports suggested she made efforts behind the scenes to ease tensions and encourage communication. But those efforts may have run their course. Observers point to several moments in recent years that allegedly left deep scars within the family. Public disclosures, private conversations becoming headlines, and repeated criticism directed towards senior royals reportedly changed the way key family members viewed the possibility of reconciliation. And while Catherine rarely speaks publicly about family disputes, some commentators believe her actions now speak louder than words. During major royal events, attention has increasingly focused on the close partnership between William and Catherine. Their united front has become one of the monarchy's strongest assets. What has been noticeably absent, however, is any indication that Harry remains part of that vision. Some royal experts suggest that Catherine's priorities have fundamentally shifted. Rather than attempting to repair damaged relationships, her focus now appears centered on supporting William, raising their children, and helping shape the future monarchy. In that context, reopening old wounds may simply no longer be viewed as productive. But if Catherine's apparent stance raised eyebrows, William's reported actions have generated even greater speculation. According to several royal commentators, William has been taking deliberate steps to strengthen the institution around a smaller and more focused core of working royals. That strategy has become increasingly visible. Major responsibilities are being assigned to trusted family members. Public appearances are carefully coordinated. Future plans seem centered on continuity, stability, and loyalty. And notably absent from many of those discussions is Harry. Some insiders claim William has privately concluded that restoring his former relationship with his younger brother may no longer be realistic. Whether those claims are accurate remains impossible to verify, but the perception itself has become a major talking point among royal observers. The reason is simple. Actions often reveal priorities more clearly than statements. And recent actions appear to suggest that William is building a future that does not rely on Harry's participation. That perception became even stronger following a number of high-profile events where the royal family presented a remarkably unified image without any visible involvement from Harry. Each appearance seemed to reinforce the same message. The institution is moving forward. The future is already being planned. And those plans are progressing without significant consideration of Harry's return. For supporters of reconciliation, that reality has been difficult to accept. Many hoped that time would heal the wounds created by years of public disputes. Some believed Catherine's reputation as a peacemaker might eventually help bring both brothers back together. Instead, the opposite narrative appears to be emerging. Rather than acting as a bridge, Catherine is increasingly seen as standing firmly beside William as he charts the monarchy's future course. And that course appears focused on certainty rather than reconciliation. Royal historian discussions have also highlighted an important factor often overlooked in public debates: trust. While disagreements can sometimes be resolved, rebuilding trust after repeated controversies is far more challenging. Several commentators argue that the issue is no longer simply about personal feelings. Instead, it has become a matter of institutional confidence. The monarchy depends heavily on discretion, confidentiality, and unity. Once those elements are perceived to be compromised, restoring them becomes exceptionally difficult. That reality may explain why William's reported approach has become increasingly firm. According to analysts, he is not merely responding to past conflicts. He is preparing for the future. And in doing so, he may have concluded that difficult decisions are necessary. For Harry, this creates a painful situation. Despite the public disagreements, there have been occasional indications that he still values certain family relationships and memories. Yet every passing year seems to make the possibility of a full reconciliation more complicated. The longer separate paths continue, the harder they become to reconnect. Meanwhile, Catherine's growing influence within the royal family only adds another dimension to the story. She is no longer viewed simply as William's wife. She is increasingly regarded as one of the monarchy's most important figures. Her opinions carry weight. Her judgments matter. And if reports suggesting she has withdrawn support for reconciliation are even partially accurate, that would represent a significant shift from the role many believed she once played. The symbolism of that shift is difficult to ignore. For years, Catherine represented hope that family bonds might ultimately prevail. Now, some observers believe she represents acceptance that certain divisions may never fully heal. Whether that interpretation is fair remains a matter of debate. But the perception itself has become impossible to overlook. As William and Catherine continue stepping confidently into their future roles, the gap between their vision and Harry's position appears wider than ever. And perhaps most striking of all is the sense that these developments are no longer being treated as temporary. Instead, they increasingly resemble a long-term reality. A reality in which the monarchy's future has already been mapped out. A reality in which William and Catherine have chosen stability over uncertainty. And a reality in which Prince Harry may be discovering that the path back to where he once stood has become far more difficult than anyone imagined. Whether reconciliation is truly impossible remains known only to the family members themselves. Royal relationships have weathered storms before, and history has often surprised even the most confident observers. Yet from the outside, the signs seem increasingly clear. William and Catherine are moving forward with determination, and Harry appears farther from the center of royal life than ever before. The question now is no longer whether tensions exist, it is whether there is still a path back. And if there is, one thing seems certain: that path may require more than apologies, more than meetings, and more than time. It may require a miracle,